You're watching Gold Rush in a Rush, and we're recapping the Season 5 episode, Ship of Fools. So what happened? Parker and John Schnabel are touring new claims. The first one has a price tag of $3 million, but then that subject is completely dropped, and we're back at Parker's claim. He needs to open a new cut. But where will he go? Fantasyland. Again. But first they will need to clear a 30-foot mountain of mud. After one day, they've only cleared 3 feet. Parker responds with head rubs. Whatever will he do? Tune in next week to see. This week, Tony needs to rebuild the dredge's superstructure, but they are missing 2,000 bolts, so everyone starts swearing. 2 days later, a flimsy, hollow-sounding cardboard box is flown into Dawson, which apparently contains 2,000 bolts. Tony grabs it by the sides and easily tosses it into his truck. Wait a minute. If we estimate the weight of a bolt at 4 ounces, the weight of that box would then be 500 pounds. I never knew Tony was so strong. Anyway, the sluice parts are all bent and broken, but Tony says install them anyway, which they do. But will it hold water? Turn on the water pumps and... it does. Todd HOFFMAN is not even finding enough gold to cover his operating costs. What are those running costs? Those are facts we apparently don't need to know. In a repeat of last year, the claim owner suddenly shows up and makes strong-sounding threats to Todd that will never ever happen. They need to find better ground. And now. Todd goes to Dave and they both start rubbing their heads. The claim owner shows up, again, and advises Dave that the gold might be deep in the ground. A revelation that so shocks Dave, he's completely speechless. So they shut down the plant to give them the time they need to get to a white channel of gold. We're told the Hoffmans are spending $10,000 a day on fuel, which if true, makes any claim that the Hoffmans make a profit this year so utterly improbable I don't even know how to finish this sentence. It was just a few episodes back when I did the math, and at that time I showed how finding 1,000 ounces would be a complete disaster, and I only assumed they were spending $5,000 a day in fuel, and now we find out it's double? Forget it. Days later, they find the white channel and do a 1,000-yard test. The claim owner shows up, again, and they find 9.14 ounces, making everyone happy. Helmet taps and hugs all around. Tune in next week when Tony BEETS moves the fully assembled dredge into its final location with his bare hands. And don't forget to watch the previous episodes of Gold Rush in a Rush.